Good morning, St. Louis! Welcome to the first stop of Season 7 on the STL Donut Tour. This week, I'm highlighting all the places around St. Louis where you can find fried glazed croissants. Big and fluffy, or small and flaky, and everywhere in between. This style of hybrid pastry can only be found in a handful of shops around St. Louis. So today, I'm going to show you all the places on the tour where I found one, along with a couple other specialty pastries that I think will fit right in. So grab a cup of coffee and let's take a closer look at those donuts.
Starting off, we have our first fried glazed croissant from the Sweet Spot in St. Anne. It has a nice golden brown color to it and a thick shiny glaze. We can see the nice dough work, and it has the same great shape and structure of about a 2 to 3 ounce croissant. Breaking it open, we find a soft, chewy interior with a rich, buttery flavor. The dough has a yeasty sweetness to it and an overall fantastic flavor and texture. Next up is the Fried Glazed Croissant from JMC Donuts on Natural Bridge Road. Golden, soft, and delicious, this giant yeast donut shaped like a croissant has an amazingly fluffy texture. It has a rich, buttery flavor and a great sweetness from the beautifully thick glaze. This version is made with the yeast donut dough, so it has a softer and fluffier texture than the more layered, chewy styles using traditional croissant dough. These are fabulous, and you should definitely pick one up the next time you visit JMC Donuts. Up next is the Fried Glazed Croissant from the Donut Stop. I absolutely love the gorgeous, deep, dark golden brown color on this. That caramelization on the outer crust gives a delightful added nuttiness to the sweet, buttery flavor. Just a beautifully fried, crisp outer shell with a thick all-over glaze, and wow, just look at that inside. Absolutely superb dough structure with some amazing air pockets. So soft, light, and pillowy, such a satisfying rush of deliciousness. On to the Fried Glazed Croissant from Mario's in St. Peter's. This version is a little smaller, but it's just beautifully made with the gorgeous dough work and a delicious flavor. Breaking it open, you can see all the flaky, chewy layers of folded, buttery rich dough inside. The texture is just so crisp and flaky, and it has an excellent flavor from the browned edges and the sweet glaze. You can't go wrong with 2 or 3 of these in your order. After that is the glazed fried croissant from Drew's Donut Stop in Arnold. Drew's version has a nicely golden brown crust that's thick with a shiny glaze all over it. It has a beautifully shaped look to it and has the dough structure to make it super soft and chewy. Along with the great crust, this soft chewy texture matches perfectly with its yeasty buttery flavor. Just an A+ croissant. Following that is the Fried Glazed Croissant from Tony's in Hazelwood. Tony's has one of the best versions of these I've eaten on the tour. Soft and flaky with a nice chewy texture, the Fried Glazed Croissant has a wonderful buttery flavor that is enhanced by their thick sugary glaze. The deep golden color adds a richness to the flavor and gives the chewy insides a perfect crisp coating. If you haven't had a fried glazed croissant in St. Louis yet, I recommend you start with one from Tony's Donuts. Up next is the largest of all today's fried glazed croissants from Kelly's in Hazelwood. With the size of this thing, I am so happy that it is cooked all the way through so beautifully. Along with the perfectly browned outer crust, it has a perfect texture on the inside. It is super soft and chewy with a rich buttery flavor and a really nice sweetness from the glaze. If you're a fan of the fried glazed croissant, then you need to try a breakfast sandwich made on one of these, and then you'll be a regular at Kelly's Donuts. Last but not least, of the fried glazed croissant style, we have the glazed cronut from Soulard Market. This is the only actual cronut in St. Louis. Overall, it has a beautiful look and shape with a thick, flaky glaze, just absolutely gorgeous. The top and bottom layers with all the glaze and crispy bits were definitely the best. The middle layers tasted a little more like white bread, but they had a beautiful dough structure and they were perfectly uniform and nicely formed. This is an interesting pastry, but I think the fried glazed croissants are a little bit better. Next up, I've got a special find from Old Town Donuts in Fenton. The fried glazed pretzel. Made out of cinnamon roll dough for a stiffer texture, this chewy sweet pretzel is packed with a buttery, yeasty cinnamon flavor and topped with a cinnamon glaze for that extra punch of my favorite sweet spice. Such a great, unique donut. Definitely got to get one when you stop in. And last but not least today is a Danish twist at Fetterhoefers Bakery in Afton that's made with Danish pastry dough, fried and glazed like a donut. There is so much buttery goodness in this. The edges are crisp and flaky, while the inside dough is a deep yellow color that's fluffy and soft. The glaze is nice and thick and gives this flavorful dough a sugary sweetness that makes this the best of both worlds between a donut and a Danish. I love it.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button down below so you don't miss another donut destination. Join me next week as I'll be visiting another local area donut shop for a part 2 on the STL Donut Tour, where I'm looking for the gateway to the West through fried dough. Have a great day, everyone.